Welcome to the first live of 2025, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been a while I've come on here to do a live, but today I'm going to do a live for you guys because spring is around the corner and I want to talk about gardening because I know a lot of you who watch my channel garden a lot and you like to plant your stuff just as I do. And we all are looking for tips and tricks to grow a healthy garden every garden season because we want to enjoy the fruits of our labor. So today's live, we're going to kind of go talk about some seeds. We're going to talk about some compost that I make. I make my compost every single year. And now we're in March, we're almost at the end of March and April. Hopefully, the first week of April, there'll be absolutely no snow, and it will really start to warm up. Today, it's a +8, I think, +8 today, so it's kind of warm outside. You don't need your big jacket, so it's okay. But there's still snow on the ground. So hopefully by the weekend, we will have no snow. Hopefully, in some places, and we will have like nice warmer temperature, hopefully in the double digits. We're just having temperatures in the single digits right now, but I am not complaining. I like it, but I just don't want to see any more snow on the ground. So guys, comment below if you still have snow where you live, if you live in a country where you have all the 4 seasons. So comment below if you still have snow where you live in. I still have lots of snow where I live in. So yeah, but we are happy for the warm weather, like I said. So today we're just gonna kind of chat because I haven't been here for a while. I haven't been doing a live for a long time. So we're gonna chat. I'm gonna show you guys some things because now I think I'm gonna make the live more like more active where you can see things, like talk about stuff and show you guys stuff, because I think that is more better. All right. So I have some seeds in my hand here, and I want to show you guys some seeds that do really, really well. And I want to show you the brand of the seeds too. So if you're in Canada or if you live in America or in any country that they sell these brands, that you can buy it, because I grow these over and over every single year for years and years, and they do extremely well. And I just want to share it with you guys because you know us who like to garden. So these are some of them here are some kind of new varieties I'm trying. Some of them here, there's some new varieties that I'm trying. But at least I know that this seed company, it does well. The seed itself does well. So this is the Mackenzie. I like the Mackenzie brand because I find like the seeds, they work. Like I never had a problem using the Mackenzie brand and this have like the seeds in germinate or something. I always had good results with them. Now, some of the seeds I soak them not for like 24 hours, but I soak them for like 4 hours, 5 hours. Like if I'm gonna plant in the evening time, I would soak them like noon, and by 3 o'clock when the sun kind of is not so hot outside, I will go out there and plant plant the soak seeds. So I tend to soak my seeds, but not 24 hours, or put them in toilet paper. So I don't do that. But yeah, I soak my seeds. So yeah, so this Swiss chard here, which is the purple stem Swiss chard, this grows amazing. I don't have no issue with it. What you need to do is just put it like in a bed or even inside, any actually on the ground, raised bed. They do extremely well. They just like a lot of compost. I find this one like a lot of compost, but this, it grows really, really well, especially if you're in cold climates. Like I find it just does so well. You can start it a little bit earlier, like even in April. If you put this outside in April, like in a greenhouse outside, it will do extremely well. And like the stems, it keep multiplying, keep sending out others. And I never had a problem with pests or anything with this one. So yeah, and this one is like a heirloom variety, and it is called Swiss chard rhubarb. So it's not just a regular Swiss chard, it's Swiss chard rhubarb. Okay, so that's the one you have to buy. This one is just amazing, and the taste, yummy, yummy, yummy. I like this one so much. The next one I want to show you guys is the candy onion. This one is a candy onion. And I think the name really suits it because you can, when you grow these onions, you can just go pick one in your garden and you can cut it up and you can just put it in your salad. And it tastes really good. It doesn't have that that kind of zing or that strong uh, taste, but it tastes really good. Like you can just go pick one and put it in your salad like right away, just mix it with all this stuff on it. It's kind of similar to purple onion. So that's kind of similar to it. And they grow very big. So it did really well. And germination on par. Like it germinates really well. It takes a little while to germinate sometimes. It depends on the soil that you put yours in, but on par, on par. Okay. The next one is the zucchini. This zucchini, I am trying it for this. Did I grow? Yeah, last year I got some of these, but actually I didn't plant them. So I am not sure um if these ones how they I can give you like a review of this ones. This one is a kind of new seed. I'm trying a new zucchini because before in the past I planted a different zucchini. And this zucchini, I'm telling you guys, was just too much for me. And that zucchini was just making zucchini, zucchini forever and ever. Like I picked zucchini like 3 days. I got outside there's 10 on the tree. We just couldn't keep up with that zucchini. So I decided to not buy this one anymore. I don't even remember the name of the brand actually. I don't remember the name of the zucchini. I had saved some seeds and I I may have some zucchini seeds of that zucchini seed somewhere. But that zucchini, it grows really well, but it makes a lot of zucchini. And my family are not fans of zucchini. So yeah, they're not fans of zucchini. So yeah. But anyways, this zucchini is awesome. So if you want to grow this zucchini, like yeah, grow this zucchini. The next one is this pepper. It's a Mackenzie brand too, but it's a different it's a different one. Is my volume up? Let me see. Okay, yeah. My volume is up. I was just checking. So this one is a new one I'm trying. This is also a Mackenzie brand, but this is like the organic. I don't know what's the difference between these two Mackenzie. I don't know, but it's the same Mackenzie. But I really think that there are two different companies. Honestly, I'm not sure because this one says like organic, and I don't know why this one says organic. But this is a tomato. It's a sweet banana tomato, and I've planted sweet banana tomatoes before, and I had good success with them. So now I am planting this one to see because I like it. I like to eat these tomatoes, just not tomatoes, this pepper, just raw like that. Just go pick it in the garden. And yeah, I just like it. So I am actually gonna grow this one. So that's actually this is a new one for me. I'm gonna be growing it. The next one is this zucchini, right? This is zucchini Albrello de Sarzano. So this is like a Spanish zucchini. I've never grown that one before. And I think this one is another one that is prolific that grows a lot of zucchini. So I'm going to try it. But I'm just going to plant just 2 seeds. Okay, I just want 2 trees of that one and 2 trees of that one. But I have the feeling that this one is the one that I grew years ago and we just couldn't keep up with zucchini. I think that's it because it looked very similar. They are huge. Those zucchini, like you pick one on Monday, by Wednesday you go there, there's huge, huge zucchini. So I think that's this one. So I'm just gonna plant like 2 of this one and 2 of this one. I'm not taking any chances because I won't be eating zucchini and my family hates zucchini, but I love it, you know. The next one is this onion. This onion is called the sweet white Spanish onion. Sweet white Spanish onion. I've grown this onion one time and I really like it, especially like to make like preserves or to soak it in vinegar and then you can put it over your salad and stuff. This is really good for doing that. It's also a good salad onion, but this onion does not store well. So if you grow this onion, you have to like freeze it, or you can cook it down and preserve it like that. It will keep the flavor, or you'll have to keep it in your fridge. So like this onion, I would say like grow it in succession. So like if you grow this onion, because this onion take 110 days to mature. So like if you grow it, then you know this by the time this onions reach the first set reach like 50 to 60 days, then you can start another set of onions. So you want to have like that period where you don't have any onions, but these onions are really nice. I really like them. So I'm gonna grow them again. And this year I'm going to save seeds. I'm really gonna save seeds. I think that's the last time I'm gonna buy this onion because I just love this onion. I love it. And it's sometimes they're so hard to like these onions are hard to find, and I'm so glad I find it. The next one is the sugar daddy peas. Now I never grown the sugar daddy peas before, but I grew a similar piece to it. I think it was called um butter. I think it was called butter beans. But I know I grow quite a variety of these beans, and I know they do extremely well. So I'm trying this one. This is supposed to be sugar daddy peas, but if you pick them young, when I grow like peas, I pick them before they mature, and we love it like that. We just eat it raw in our salad. So I'm gonna try this one and see if it's gonna be the same thing. There's also another variety that I buy from the dollar store. It's like a flat peas, and these ones are very tasty and sweet. So I'm gonna try these and see. The next one I'm growing is the crimson watermelon. I've tried this crimson watermelon before. When I just started gardening years ago, I tried and I got one watermelon, just one. And it was so sweet. And I see people grow this one a lot and they have good success with it. So I'm gonna try it this year. And the couple of times that I grew watermelon, a different variety, I find they do better when they were like in a mound. So I make like a mound and then I plant the watermelon inside the mound and then they spread around it. And I find they do better. When I just dig a hole and put them in the ground just like that, I find they don't do really well. Like I get a couple, one, two, three, but I don't get like a lot. Like most people, they have lots of watermelon. Yeah, I don't get it. So I have to try a different method for this watermelon. Watermelon. This crimson sweet watermelon. So I'm gonna try that. The next tomato I'm growing is this San Mazana. This San Mazana, I grew this before and it's so good. Now it's not very sweet, the taste of this tomato, but it's good. Like if you're making sauces or soups, this tomato is really good. And I know I have some seeds of this tomato somewhere, but I just bought one packet and I'm just gonna save some more seeds. But I think I do have some of those seeds. This tomato is really good and it's really pretty on the stem. It looks really nice. All right. The next one is the big ruffle hybrid spinach. So last year and the year before I grew a spinach that says slow bolting. And then I think the other one I grew, it says not easily bolted. And they were so good. Like all summer long, we had those spinach. I grew them like on the corn where I planted my corn. And all summer long, it was hot, super, super hot. And those spinach didn't bolt. And the leaves are pretty big. So I saved this one that says Big Ruffle Hybrid. And this one is a hybrid. So I want to try this one to see if I'm going to, what kind of results I'm going to get, because we love spinach. Everybody in my family loves spinach. And when we have spinach growing in the garden in the summertime, like we could eat spinach every single day because we just love spinach. We put spinach on our sandwiches. We put spinach in our rice. We just cook up spinach and eat it. Like we just love spinach. So I'm going to try this one. I'll have a packet of the other one that I grow and I'll grow both of them and see how. Because this one look like the leaves are really big. And the other one that I have, the leaves are really big too. So yeah, we'll see how that's going to work. The next one is this carrots. Yeah, these carrots, I'm excited about that because it's a kaleidoscope blend. And I always wanted to grow the kaleidoscope blend of carrots. But last year, man, they were so expensive. I'm like, no, I'm not buying it. But this year, I found it for $2.99 in the Burpee brand. So yeah, I'm excited about that one to grow it. Especially like, you even have the white one. So yeah. And I figured out a way how to make my carrots blossom and get seeds from them. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grow these and I'm going to leave some to blossom and I'm going to collect a whole bunch of seeds on it. Yeah. The next one is the winter squash. This squash, I grow it all the time, but this one it's the same family of squash, but it's just like a longer one, like a bigger one of the same, how should you call it? It's like the same variety, but it's like a bigger one. And I did grow this variety one time, and I had so much squash, like incredible amount of squash. So I'm growing it again this year. The next one I'm growing, it's the big moon pumpkin. Guys, I love pumpkins. Like I could eat pumpkins every single day. Honestly, I love pumpkins so much. But this is the big moon pumpkin, and I really, really want to grow this big moon pumpkin. And I found the big moon pumpkin. And it was $2.99 in the Burpee brand. That was in the supermarket I found this one. I'm so excited to grow this big moon pumpkin. You know, I'm gonna plant all the seeds. And there's a lot of seeds inside of it. Oh, no, no, no. I wouldn't do that. I won't plant all the seeds. That's gonna be too much pumpkins. I'm gonna plant half because there's a lot of seeds in there. Oh my gosh. And I want to save the seeds. All right. The next one I want to plant is this cucumber. I planted this cucumber last year, but it did not come out like this. It didn't look like this. Okay, I don't know why. It's a tasty green cucumber. It didn't look like that. I don't know what's going on this year. I'm gonna plant it again. Okay, I'm gonna plant it again. Hopefully, it comes out looking like that. The next tomato is the chocolate cherry tomatoes. I grew this tomato once a couple of years ago and I loved it so much, but I could not find this tomato again. So I found it last week and I'm like, youpie doo, I'm gonna grow it again. Now this purple, yeah, and it's actually purple, right? It's very sweet. Like you can just pop them off the tree and just put them in your mouth and eat them because they're so nice and sweet. And the tomato tree grows a lot of tomatoes. Like it's like a lot of tomatoes on the branch. You have to tap that branch and keep it from breaking. But I was very silly. I should have saved seeds when I grew it the last time, right? So yeah, I'm gonna be growing this one. I'm so excited about that one. I'm gonna grow that. And the last seed is the ground cherry. Now this ground cherry, it's amazing. Like last year I grew this ground cherry and I buy another packet because I have a little bit in the other packet and I just wanted to have some more for this year. But I'm gonna also go back and buy another packet. And this one was $2.49. And I think I'm gonna go find like 2, 3 packets because these are amazing. Now it takes like about 2 weeks to germinate the seed. Like the seeds take so long to germinate. I think the one I had last year like take 2.5 weeks. Yeah, 2.5 weeks to germinate. I was like so frustrated. I was like, oh my gosh, when is this seeds gonna germinate? And then all of a sudden they all came up and I planted them like all over and we were eating this ground cherry like nonstop. I even had to leave some just to fall off after like the winter was coming in. Like I didn't have time to pick them because the tree was laden. Like I had, all the trees that I planted was just laden. And at one point I got there and they all fell down and then it rained and then it just got messy so I couldn't really pick them up. I was like, oh, next time I'm not gonna let that happen. But they come up big and they are so sweet and tasty. I have to figure out a way how to save the seeds. So I won't have to buy seeds because a couple of years ago I grew this ground. Actually, I did not grow the ground cherry. I I planted pumpkins in one area, and then once the pumpkin came up, there was a whole bunch of ground cherries just growing between the pumpkins. I had never grown them before, and I was like, how did these things come here? Because I never grew ground cherries. And so we ate a lot of ground cherries that summer. And I was like, okay, I want to save some seeds, you know? And I wasn't able to save the seeds. I couldn't figure out how to get the seeds out of the thing because, like, to me, I didn't see much seeds inside, you know? So, and then I was reading something where they said if you allow the cherries to just fall on the ground, like those I don't eat, that it's gonna come back the next year. And the next year I was looking in that pumpkin patch, but I didn't see any come up. So I was kind of disappointed. So I went to look for them and I started growing them using this brand to grow, and they are awesome. I'm really excited about that. Okay. So these are all the seeds that I will be trying out. And like I said, a couple of them that I tried already, but the rest I'll be trying them out and we'll have fun with those seeds. This year I'm trying out a lot of seeds. I'm trying out a lot of different seeds this year because I just want to know what I just want to know what is really, really good. And then I really have to start saving my seeds again, so I don't have to be buying seeds. But mind you, these seeds were pretty cheap, and I bought them early, really, really early when it's winter. And now the winter is almost done. The prices are going up. I'm telling you. So yeah, I like to grab my seeds. Let's talk about what I'm putting in my garden as fertilizer. So as we said, guys, we're in March, and look at this. Yeah, this is my tried. This smells so good. This is my tried and true fertilizer for my garden. This is bokashi. Okay, guys, this is bokashi. And it smells incredible. It smells incredible. These ones are just fermenting. And once it's finished fermenting, I'll give it a couple of days, maybe the next 3 days. I think it's about a week now it's been in here. But once it's finished fermenting, it smells so amazing. Once it's finished fermenting, I'm gonna dry it out on a piece of I have this like canvas thing. I spread it out and dry it out so it come really, really dry and crispy. And I put this all over my garden, all of my garden. So this, I make a mixture of fruit. This one is a fruit bokashi, because usually I'll do milk, but this one I tried like a fruit one where I fermented fruit and I made like, what do you call that? I don't know. It's like a fruit, like a fruit ferment, and then I poured it inside here. And I wanted to see if it's gonna have the same smell as the milk, and it has the exact same smell as the milk. So what I'm taking out of this is that the ferment bacteria from the fruits are similar, or maybe it's the same bacteria from the milk, because I let the milk go bad and fermented, then I pour it in here, the bran. This is just plain bran, and yeah, just one packet of plain bran. And as this ferments, the bran swells up. Okay, so this you can put it all over your garden, and you don't need a lot, guys. Like say if I'm putting this amount, like this small amount goes over your bed, and your beds, you see that sometimes your bed, they start having this fungus on it. Don't worry about the fungus. Like this thing, it's making the fungus, and it's killing like any bad microorganisms that is there that is not supposed to be in your soil. And your roots are gonna start spreading out wide and far. I love using this because I've seen the results of using this bokashi, and every single year I make my bokashi. So I make it now. I want to show you guys something. So when you make, you see it has two colors. I want to show you guys. There's two colors. So when you pour it in, the bokashi is like semi-dry, but as it ferments, you see what happened? It takes over. See, it takes over the brand, and these ones are like the good bacteria has not reached here as yet. So when it reaches here, you would not see this looking white anymore. It's just going to look brown like this. That's telling you that this ferment is working really, really well. So I still have to wait a couple of days until this is completely brown like everything else, until this good microorganism and bacteria spread through here. Then it's ready. Then I can dry it, and then it's ready to be used. And you can use this to spray on your foliage to prevent like insects and cabbage worm from going on to your foliage. Those cabbage worms, they do not like this. And if you want to make this more potent, when you soak it in water for like 2 days, you can add some neem on it, or you can add some essential oils, and you spray your foliage with it. Man, they're not coming anywhere near your cabbages. And then you just cover your cabbages with like a cover, and they will not come again on it. Like you will have lots of nice cabbage. And any greens or anything that you have growing, you just spray it. Try to spray when it's not raining, because when it rains, then the rain is gonna come and it's just gonna wash away that good things that you put on it. This is also amazing for your tomatoes. Tomatoes love this. If you want like amazing tomatoes, like just put this in your tomato. You can also mix this with your regular kitchen scraps and make a ferment, add some sugar to it, ferment it for 1 week, and you can add it to your tomatoes. Like, this is amazing, guys. And you can also make compost tea using this. So all you need is your compost, and then you add this to the compost, add your water, add your molasses, your sugar, your leaves, whatever you're adding into your compost tea, and then you just leave it to ferment for about a week or however long you leave your compost tea. I like to leave mine for 2 to 3 days. Once it starts to bubble, if it's very hot, it bubbles really quickly. And sometimes I leave it for a week if I have a lot going at the same time. But mine goes really quickly because this is inside of it, and it tends to start to ferment really quickly. And I just put that in my beds, in my garden, and my leaves are green. Like, something that I find that when I'm using the bokashi, it makes the leaf like the leaves of the plant like a deep green. It shows you that it's very, very healthy. This is a sign that your plant is very, very healthy when you see this deep greenness on your plant. When you see your plant, it has a kind of yellowish looking fluorescent color. That's not a good sign. That means your plant is missing something. It's not getting the nutrients that it needs. So beware of that. I want to show you guys something else. Look at that. This is all onions, and they just started growing. I bought a packet of onions, and then it just started growing. So I just left them to grow because I want to plant them out. I think I may even use the same box, put a plastic over the box and put my soil and just plant them inside of it. So yeah, so look at how much. So I am going to plant these. And I do that all the time. Every time my onions is starting to grow, I plant them. And that is how I have lots of onions in my greenhouse. I just keep putting them in a bed. And then every year they keep coming back. So that's a good way to continuously have onions. Well, I won't call them onions. Like, I'll call them like shallots, because they just keep making this green foliage. So they will come back every year, and they'll have that. They're not gonna have like onions at the bottom like this, but they're gonna have this at the top, and a lot of it that it's gonna spread out. And if you guys watch a couple of my shots, you will see I do some shots showing you my onions outside last summer. Like, I just put them inside a container, and had so much. And you can just grind these up. Once you plant them outside, you can grind them up with regular onions, and it makes like a really nice green seasoning. So I like, yeah. So this is kind of semi-hollow inside there. Don't worry about that. You just plant the entire thing, and this is gonna disintegrate into the earth. And you see, even look, it's when you see what I was telling you guys. So this is one onion, one onion. Look, it made two stems. Oh, let me put that one down so you can see better. So you see, this is one onion, but you see what happened? It makes two stems. And if you plant it, it's gonna make another one. You see, one is coming like kind of here. It's gonna make another one. Even this one here, it makes two stems already. Look, you see, it has. Oh, let me take it up so you can see. You see, it's making two stems like this. So it's gonna grow up like that, and then yeah, you're gonna have beautiful onions. And then this is another kind of onion, and even this one has two stems. See, it has two separate stems. So yeah, so when you plant these, you're gonna have lots of onions out there, so you can make a lot of things with onions. And these are so tasty with eggs especially. But I want to show you guys also some things that I'm doing. So these are also some onions, some shallots actually, and I just put them in water, and look how tall they have grown. So I'm gonna need to transplant these ones also. I have also started to propagate. You see this? These are they call it, this has so much different names. Spanish oregano, Cuban oregano, broadleaf thyme. Yeah, so I propagate these ones, you see? I just put them in water, that's it. And I propagate them because I have like three big pots over there with them, and I need to propagate them because they grow huge and they get big. So I need to propagate them all the time. So these are going to go in 3 different pots, and of course they're going to get larger and larger. And I love to cook with them, but these are good for medicine. Like when you have coughs and colds and flu, you just pour hot water over it, and it's so good to stop your cough, and it just makes you better. This is the first medicinal plant I learned how to make medicine with. This is like amazing. Just cut out some. You can even cut the whole stem. If you cut the stem, you put it inside a mortar and pestle, and you hit it, and then it's gonna, like when you pour hot water over it, it becomes like nice and green. like the water, and then you put some honey in it. Oh, this is awesome, awesome, awesome for cough and colds. It works like a charm, but it tastes awesome in food too. Like if you're making chicken, beef, anything, you're making rice and you want that flavor, you just put some of that. So, but this thing has so many different names. Different country, people from different country call it different names. So, but we call it in my country big time, big time. That's how we call it. And some people they call it broadleaf thyme. So that's it. I think it's in the family of mint because it has this amazing aroma. So these are some of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about for the gardening season that I'm gonna start. And guys, you see all the things I'm talking about? I am ramming them inside my suitcase when I'm gonna travel to my other place. I'm ramming it inside my suitcase. I'm tying it inside a bag. I was watching this guy from Africa. I think he was in Kenya or somewhere. And he travels, I think, yeah, he travels to different parts of the world. Like you think of Canada, he goes to America, whatever. He goes on trips with his family, whether he goes on business trips, whatever, he does that. And he has a beautiful garden. And he has so much different fruit trees growing in his garden, right? So this guy, he's so he's so funny. He says, you know this plant I have here? This plant comes from Canada. This plant come from Europe. This plant come from UK. This plant come from America. I was like, how do you get these plants in here? He's like, I smuggle them in my suitcase. So I'll be doing some of that too. I'll be bringing some plants into my suitcase. But when you bring, if you're gonna bring plants somewhere, I just want to tell you guys, like, it's better to root them. You see how I root this plant? Root your plant like this, and then tie it up inside a plastic bag to make sure it stays very moist so you wouldn't die. You cannot bring plants to another country with soil. So if you have a plant and it has soil, you have to wash out all the soil off of the plant. Then you have to spray the plant with water. Make sure there's no insect or anything on that plant before you take it. And of course, you have to wrap it in wet toilet paper and just keep that plant moist if you're going to put it inside your suitcase and tie it up in a plastic. So when you get to its final destination, you're ready to plant it out. So that is how you can like carry plants from one place to the other and put in the bottom of your suitcase. So they don't say, Madam, what is this you're carrying here? We'll take it away. It has some soil on it. We don't want to contaminate our soil. It might bring bugs and pests into our country. Be careful. Be careful with that. Yeah. So yeah. So that's basically that for the growing season. Also, this growing season, I will be making a lot of like changes when it comes to like how I grow food. I think I will make the beds, my beds differently when I move. I think I will allocate certain things to one bed, and I'm gonna go back to my old planting method where I plant a lot of like the green onions. I'll plant a lot of green onions, and I used to plant, how do you call it, catmint. So I used to plant catmint and onions, the green onions, between everything that I planted, so I don't have problems with pests or with insects that like to eat like the green your green leaves, especially like when you have your vegetables like um cabbage, or you have the Chinese cabbage, you have certain greens, some of they like to come and eat that. So I find when I grow these things in between, I grow this mint plants from the mint family, they don't come around at all, and I have much more success rate with my leaves not being eaten. So yeah, when I don't do that method, I find like they come and they eat my cabbage and stuff like that. And if you watch, I just posted a video about baby's breath, and I'm going to talk about baby's breath a lot in this garden. And I'm going to show you guys when I plant baby's breath, like the baby breath really helps to get rid of the cabbage flies. So plant baby's breath, guys. When you're going to plant cabbage or any greens around, make sure you plant flowers. I see a lot of people are having gardens, but they don't have a lot of flowers. You need to have flowers, pollinators, for the pollinators to come in to pollinate your vegetable garden so your vegetable garden can do well. If you don't have pollinators, when your vegetables start flowering, there'll be nothing to go to it and crop and bring that pollen from one flower to the next. And that is how pollination happens. Or you'll be going out there with a brush or something and brushing every plant. I don't think that's possible. It's just very time consuming, and I don't think that's how gardening is meant to be. We're supposed to allow the pollinators to come by planting flowers and how you call that, fragrant flowers that's gonna attract pollinators and let the pollinators do the job for you. So I'll advise you all to invest in a few packets of flowers so that you can attract pollen. Now, mustard greens is a vegetable, right? So it's a green that you pick the leaves and you cook it up as a vegetable. Now, I plant mustard green everywhere in my garden because the thing about mustard greens are they bolt very easy. But once they bolt, they make so much flowers and the flowers last for a long time. It takes about 3 weeks before they actually start having seeds, and the flowers itself lasts like 3 weeks. So you have that 6 weeks period before they go to seed, where you have all these beautiful flowers just growing everywhere, and these flowers attract bees, insect, all kind of pollinators to your garden. So mustard green is something that I will advise everybody to plant in their garden. And mustard greens are the seeds are very small, and when you buy a packet of mustard green, it has a lot inside. It has a lot. And the mustard green, if you plant it one time, it comes back every single year. It's a self-seeding vegetable, but also it makes its own seed. So at the end of the season, like you have all these branches full of mustards with seeds in it, these tiny, tiny seeds, and you just shake them out on a mat or something, and you have this amount of seeds. Like I have mustard seed for like, I think for the past 3 years, I still have mustard seeds inside a jar. I'm going to be planting them out this year. I'm going to make like a mustard seed garden, you know? And those plants, once they go to seed, they become strong. So the wind is not going to break them once they, I know they seem like once they go to seed, they get hard and stubby, but you don't have to worry about the wind breaking them because they're really, really strong. But the flowers is what you need. This nice yellow flowers is what you need. And those flowers, you can even pick them and use them in your salad, or you can fry them. Like you can make an egg batter and you can fry mustard seed flowers like a batter, and it's so tasty. So I just want to tell you guys, like, even maybe you can't find the variety of flowers that you want to find in your area, but mustard seeds, that's amazing. You can plant that. Another thing that you can grow is violet, like the African violet or Shasta daisy. These are perennials, and you just need to sprinkle them. If you go watch my video that I did, the flowers and the new video that I just did, you can see that there. And what happens is the Shasta daisy, you just plant them once. These are white flowers and they're so beautiful. And you just plant them once and they come back every single year. And you don't have to worry about it, just one time. So you buy one packet of flowers, one packet for $2.49. You can really have a lot of Shasta daisies. Just plant them in a place where you know, like you're not gonna go dig them out because they are invasive. If you plant Shasta daisy anywhere, it just pops up and it just takes over. It's like mint, but these are great pollinators and they're very cheap and very easy to grow. So these two flowers, that one vegetable and that Shasta daisy flowers, well, two, the African violet flowers. Now there's two. There's an African violet flower, just like a purple one, but that's not the one. It's African violet, and it's like a multicolor yellow, deep red, light creamish. There's a white one. This is what it calls. It's like an African violet, but it's not the purple one. And it's it grows about 2.5 feet to 3 feet tall. So these ones are very easy to grow. And it depends on where you live. Like even here in Canada in meadows, you can see them growing in meadows. So they'll just take over. So if you're looking for like a great pollinator for your garden, you can do that. And the last one I'm going to tell you guys is I think, what's that flowers I like to plant? The Oh my goodness, it's like the name just slipped out of my brain. But there's another flower that I like to plant, and I just can't remember the name right now. It's like it's oh, it's Lilliput. Yeah, that one is Lilliput. So Lilliput is a next flower that you can plant. It's very very easy to grow, and it grows 4 feet tall, and it just keep giving flowers. All you have to do is when you see the flowers kind of start going dry, just go there, you chop them, you just cut at the top, or you can use them for cut flower too. But the more you cut them, the more they grow, and they last forever. Like they go on and on and on forever. So if you live in a warm climate, you don't even have to worry about planting them again because they just keep they just keep going. Once you just keep cutting them and taking out the dry ones. So Lilliput, you have to grow Lilliput, and then they're just so beautiful. There's a variety of colors. They're pink, red, orange, like they're all different kinds of Lilliput. So yeah, you just have to plant Lilliput because the flowers are just gorgeous. And if you look at my video, you'll see I have Lilliput flowers in my shorts. I just love these flowers, and they attract a lot of bees because what do you call that? The middle part of the flower is big, and it has a lot of yellow pollen on it, and so the bees like to come there. So if you plant lilliput, you'll have a lot of bees. So if you're scared of bees, plant lilliput in like in the end of the garden so that you won't have to deal with them too much because the bees come. Also sunflower is a good flower to plant, but then the sunflower just lasts for a period of time, and then of course you have to cut it because it goes into seed and stuff like that. But you can plant sunflower in succession. And the last one I'm going to tell you guys is called jump up and kiss me. Jump up and kiss me. I wish I had a picture to show you guys, but it's a little, it looks, how do you call that? It looks like one of those, those, it looks like a cactus. It looks like a cactus, like one of those nice little soft cactus. Like the leaves look like a cactus leaves, but it grows downwards, like it falls down, like it vines out like and falls down. So they do well like in pots when you're gonna plant jump up and kiss me. But they're so beautiful and they keep spreading, spreading, spreading. So if you have an area, like say for example, you make like a raised bed, like with legs, and then you jump and kiss me inside that little bed. It's just gonna grow and grow downwards, and then the flowers are gonna be on top of the bed. And then the part that grows downwards, the flowers are gonna be on the side. Like the jump up and kiss me. It's so nice. I love to grow it. I have some growing on my window over there. I was kind of surprised. I thought that it was going to die during the winter, but it did not. So I'm happy about that. And yeah, I'm gonna put it aside once it get warm. But it's very beautiful, and this is nice because you can easily propagate it. You don't need to put in water or anything. You just put in the soil and just continue growing, and it just spreads out and take over the entire pot. It's like mint. So this is another flower that you can grow in your garden, and this flower also helps to prevent weeds from growing in your garden. It just takes over your garden, and but it brings forth beautiful flowers, pink, white, different colors. It's awesome. So guys, I've been chatting a lot, talking a lot. I hope you guys are well, and I hope you all get some good information from this video that I made here, and you learn something. And if you have any questions, just put them in the comments. I will be happy to answer you. And yeah, I'll come back and talk about gardening things, and I will show you guys some gardening, some things that I'm doing once the garden season has started. But I figure, yeah, I should really start the year off with gardening since we are um, heading into the spring, springy, you know. So I figure I'll just start this first 2025 live talking about plants and stuff like that. And yeah, we can talk about plants. And if you have any questions that you want to ask concerning plants, just go ahead and ask. You can ask me about fruit trees. I grow a lot of fruit trees. I grow a lot of berries and stuff on my land. So if you have any questions about that, I can also answer some questions for you. Maybe it will be good to do a video on like the best fruit trees or berries to grow that will do well in your garden, and that, yeah, maybe I'll do a video about that. Let me know if you want a video about that, because That I can do another video on that. So y'all, thanks for watching. Peace and blessings and shalom. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.